I'm going to make a pasta that's come out of a cupboard. Well, the pasta's been in the cupboard, but I need a confession. In 1997, when I wrote my first book, which isn't in publication now, but I'm still very proud of it, I put in there a dish I always used to make with what was called baby hair pasta, sorry, angel hair pasta, not baby hair pasta, angel hair pasta, so fine. And I would make it with raw tuna. And I would cut the tuna, and I wouldn't cook the tuna, I would just toss it through the pasta. So this is isolation pasta, and using a can of tuna, a 165 gram can of tuna. Now it's not going to be the great dish it was with the raw pasta. It's not going to be the great dish that it was with the raw tuna, but it's still hearty and easy and full of flavour. And I thought I would just do one thing to, as my tip of the hat to doing something differently. I've got in my cupboard this lovely passion pasta, squidding pasta from Victoria. Put the salt, and I'll quickly keep an eye on. If I put my glasses on, I'll keep an eye on the time and check it. I've got a red onion that I've already started to saute off in some extra virgin olive oil, and I will squeeze it with lemon juice, and you'll see what happens. I've used the lemon zest of the lemon, but because I've bought it, my trees aren't bearing yet, so the lemon is from, I use this to zest it. The ones that you buy from the supermarket are waxed. So I'm trying to enliven this tinned tuna. So the lemon will help, the olive oil, and I won't bother with salt, but I will bother with pepper. And you can see how I've pulled the pieces apart a little, because once again, this is already cooked, so in the canning process, so I'm certainly not cooking it. Okay, I've got the red onion, takes very little cooking, and I'm going to squeeze it with lemon juice, because I've got lemon for the zest, and you'll see it going even brighter pink. But I want quite a bit of lemon in this. I'm going to surprise you and say verjuice would be the same. But I've got the lemon, haven't I? That lovely, bright, and only just cooked onion I'm putting there. Then I'm putting a bit more olive oil on, because I always had capers in this dish, and because of limitations at the moment with what's available, there's no capers with salt. So if you buy capers that are in a brine, really important that you drain it off, because the vinegar can overtake the flavour of the caper itself. So I've drained that off. Oh my gosh, it's how many? Okay, that's cooked. I drain the water off it into a dish. And the reason for this is presuming that I'm going to cook it in advance, as I've already cooked the normal spaghetti that took 15 minutes. I put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on it, and so it won't stick together, I just do that as I pass while I get everything else organized. Now, I did do this to show you, it's a great thing if you're doing pasta for, a family rather than just one person. it is fine to cook it beforehand. In fact, I do that most often, and then warm it up in the microwave. And the reason I did both the squid ink and the spaghetti, both really good pastas, totally different, is we eat with our eye. And because I love squid ink, and I've seen squid ink pasta on the shelves still, so whereas not everyone can pick up a pack of pasta, or you're limited to one, squid ink is sitting there, and it's fantastic for this. I've got some oil in that small pan. I've drained what is a couple of tablespoons of the capers, and I'm going to fry them off, because I'm trying to do everything to add an extra little bit, given I'm using the tin tuna rather than the original recipe, which was beautiful Port Lincoln fresh raw tuna. That was a bit of an extravagance these days. Okay, I want to sizzle these until they are crisp and open up like a flower. A bit of a flower, anyhow. The smell of those capers frying, because what you have, even though there is vinegar in the brine in the jar, I rinsed most of it off, but you've got this really lovely saltiness. Now, I have capers in my own garden, but they are not. I've passed the season. And whilst we did caper berries, we didn't get up early enough in the morning to do capers themselves. I can tell by that spitting they're starting to open up, right? I want them to open up like little flowers. I'll turn off the heat. And it's all about texture. It's adding extra flavour and texture. Okay, so it's really important to make sure your pasta doesn't overcook or clump together while it's cooling down. But here I'm going to show you just simply how I do this in advance, even though there's still some warmth there. Did I tell you that I salted the water just as it came to the boil before I put the pasta in? I'll put this back on to get some heat. I wanted to show you how I would do this in advance and warm it up, but because the colour contrast is going to be so much better, and it's done. Oh, did I tell you? Lots of flat leaf parsley. There's the pasta, the onion and the lemon. See the colours? The added to tuna. The crispy capers. So good. Two-thirds of the parsley. I just put them all in here. The last bit of the flat leaf parsley. Now there's no salt because there was enough salt with the capers, but I will just check. It's a beautiful family dish. It's done so quickly and it's all so available, and it's tasty and it's a good family dish. and I hope you love it. I hope you love the fact that you could easily do it with the spaghetti, but there is something, I hope you agree, about having, well, I had a few more capers, having the capers, let me do a last squeeze of lemon, and that's it for the day for me, and that's dinner already done.